Made a mistake of only drinking alcohol today and not any water, so I'm a little bit dry. A little bit dry. I think I should just get into this. Oh wait, nope. I did this last time too. I pressed start game instead of continue. Lun. I don't need to start the game from the beginning, please. I don't know what I'm actually supposed to do right now. What am I drinking? I'm drinking pear chamomile hard cider, not hard cider, hard seltzer. Yeah. How do you milk a camel? Very hard. You just squeeze the udders a little bit, just a little bit. It's my pager. Better call Rachel. Not quite sure what we're doing right now. I think we're supposed to look on information about the painting, maybe. Dun, dun. Our Crown Enterprises, this is Rachel. Don't you have a home to go to? It's more fun talking to you, sweetie. Oh, and I have a message from Ed. Oh, let's hear it. He says he's going to be late getting back. Went out again, huh? Mm-hmm. He went to see his friend in the LAPD. But I'm supposed to ask if you need anything. So, do you? Not right now, but... But what? Come on, Kyle. If there's something I can do, just ask. Alright, I need you to check something for me. You got it, handsome. What am I looking for? I need information on a man named Osterzone. That's a name? Yeah, Osterzone. Guy is a painter. Did a picture called Angel Opening a Door. Well, aren't you cultured? Alright, sweetie. I'll call when I find something. Kinda curious why you need info on a painter, though. Tell you later. Really? You will? I'm looking forward to it. Just get on it. Oh, yes, sir. Yeah, Kyle. Yep. Great. Is that... I didn't really give Louie a voice. You had it's me, hello? Brought you to New You What from you-know-who. I distracted Dunning and borrowed the spare office key, just like old times. Kyle gives Chad energy. He's just a very hard-boiled, detective, you know? He's sort of like a vague, kind of like vague Kiryu energy, white Kiryu energy. Anyway, here you go, my man. The key to room 217. Cool. Got the room 217 key from Louie. Thanks. Now I can get this show on the road. Just don't get nabbed by Dunning or Rosa, okay? Can't let him know I boosted that key. Don't worry, if I get caught, I'll do my time like a man. Tell me something. You learn anything about that fountain pen? Nah, man. Asked Mr. Smith about it, but I struck out. Didn't know one named Alan's been here in the last couple of weeks or so. Yeah? Who do you think it belongs to, man? I don't know, but I'm gonna hold on to it for a bit. Want to check something out. No skin off my hump. Thanks. Good, man, good. It's back to the grind for me. Lee finishes yapping and heads off. Cool. Which means I get to break into a room. Oh, wait, there's a guy here. You're gonna tattle on me if I, enter this room in front of you. What are you doing? I'm not doing anything. And it looks like I should be asking you that with the way you're skulking around. Keep asking questions, see where it gets you. Ah, forget it. But I care what you're up to. Jeff goes back into his room and shuts the door. Moody little punk. Just use the key. Use the key and open room 217. Let me in. So, this is the room where the other Kyle Hyde stayed a few months back. According to Louis, it hasn't been used since. Oh, there's no painting on the wall. There used to be a painting there. Oh, here it is. There's a painting on the floor. That's weird. Why is it there? It's a painting of some apples. I still don't get why it's on the floor. What's this? An old photo that was sitting behind a painting. There's a man and a girl in the photo. They look like father and daughter. Wonder who they are. Dead body in the fridge? No. That'd be fucked up. There's some hotel letterhead here, so sheets haven't already been used. Hotel envelope. A lighter. This... I've seen this before. Now I remember. This is the lighter Bradley always used. Cool. This is proof. Now I know about the guy who stayed here 6 months ago. It was Bradley. No one saw me? Someone was in the hall. Shit. I'm pretty sure it was Mr. Jeff Angel who was in the hall. Doors. Oh. Someone break into my room. The floor's wet. Is it coming from the bathroom? Why is the floor wet? Did my toilet get clogged? Huh? Stupid thing won't flush, why not? Come on, take it off. I have to do this super slowly. There we go. A little finicky at the end there. There's something in the tank. Money? Come to Papa. Got a stack of cash that was hidden in the toilet tank, why? Cash was in a plastic bag, thank goodness. Money in the tank, huh? Oldest trick in the book. How did this get here? Well, until I find out, I probably shouldn't keep this much cabbage on me. Huh? Phone again. Someone broke into my hotel room just to give me money. Okay. Phone's ringing. Answer that. Hi. Hey, Rachel. What's wrong, hun? You sound so out of sorts. What happened? Me and Trouble just had a little run-in. You, Trouble? I don't believe it. Found a stack of cash stashed inside my room's toilet tank. What? Seriously? Yeah, it looks to be about 20 large here. What's it doing in your toilet? Someone has a high-fiber diet? How the hell should I know? So, what are you gonna do? Whoever stashed the loot in my John is somewhere in this hotel. I'm gonna find him and gonna ask him a few simple questions. With your mouth or your fist? Don't go and do anything too crazy, Kyle. Last thing we need for you is to get caught up in something dangerous. Don't worry your pretty head. I can take care of myself. Asking for moderation will get me nowhere, right? Hey, moderation's my middle name. Now, tell me about Osterzone. I got a friend who works in an art museum. She's... Ooh, I wonder if that's Melissa's mom, then. She's looking into it. I'll give you a call as soon as I hear anything about your mystery painter. Do it. Talk to you soon. Yep. Alright, what next? Wonder if anything else is going on down in the hotel. I think I'll wander around and see what's what. I feel like I should put that money away. Said I shouldn't have that much cabbage on me. I hid the stack of cash in my suitcase. You know, just in case. I need a report about my wet carpet. My wet carpet upstairs, not downstairs. I also need to give this key back to Louie before I get caught with it. Oh wait, I should probably also put, like, the stuff I need. I wonder if I can stash away the stuff that I need for the thingy. For the job. Away. All red box. Put that away. I don't need to think about it too hard. Also the magazine. Okay, I don't need to put that away. The key? Am I just putting like contraband away then? What is this memo? Okay. I guess this also like helps tidy up my inventory a little bit as well. What if I put a whole crowbar in there? No. Guess I'm just looking around at this point. Anyone at the front desk? Oh, yep. This kid. You got a minute? What? What are you up to? Seriously? You're looking straight at me and you can't tell what I'm doing? Well... Fill me in. I don't know, that's why I'm asking. Really, is that so? Then I'll tell you, okay? I got business with the front desk, that's why I'm standing here. Do you understand now, or should I use smaller words? You could elaborate? What is this TV on? TV at the end of the counter. There's a note stuck. 7 to 9. I think it's 7 o'clock now. Oops. Turning on, I think, right? Ooh. There's a cartoon on, yeah, I remember this one. It's the news. Just the news and cartoons. Okay. I don't know what's the point of that. Can I go into the kitchen? Can. I don't know if I should be here. Can of ketchup? What's ketchup in a can anyway? Yeah, good point actually, honestly. That's a big refrigerator. What if they got any bodies in there? Man. Commercial size refrigerator, you can hide a body in there. No, me and Kyle kind of just have the same brain, because I would also probably just assume there was a body in there, honestly. I don't think I'm really gonna find anything of note here, though. Oh, Rose is here. Someone's in the hall. In front of 211. Oh, it's you. What are you doing? I had some business with Summer, but where is he? I don't know. He's not in his room. Things are never easy for Rosa, let me tell you. Gosh darn it. have to get back to the kitchen right away. What do you need Summer for? What do you want with Summer? His autograph? Huh? What? What do I want? What do you think I want? I want his autograph. Oh. That's right, it's not often we have a best-selling author stay here. You gotta strike while iron's hot, you know? Sure you do. Wait a minute. I'll just wait 1 minute. You're showing up has given me an idea, Mr. Hyde. This doesn't sound good. Ah, hush now. Here, I want you to take this. What is it? It's one of Mr. Summers' novels, of course. I take Summers' novel from Rosa. The name of the book is The Secret Word. Fuck. Sorry, but I'm more of a sports page kind of guy. Don't get smart with me, mister. Just get Mr. Summer to sign it, okay? Good. Look, I'm busy. Why do I have to... Because I have to get back to the kitchen, that's why. Now stop grumbling. Don't forget, Mr. Hyde. Don't you dare. I'm not... Wait a second. And she's gone. Rosa turns and rushes away. Damn it. Okay. I don't know where you would be then. Time did change. Oh, maybe, Mr. Jeff Angel's, thing at the front desk is different now. Yeah? There's somebody at the front desk. Yeah. As before. That's... I'm telling you, that's why I'm here. I ain't trying to call you a liar or nothing, it's just... It's been stolen, there's no doubt about it. Well, let me see here. I demand that you start looking. I want this hotel searched now. Look, son, I mean, Mr. Angel. Do me a favor, will ya? Take one more look through your things. No, I've looked enough, you cornhead fed hick. Ooh. Why am I standing here repeating myself? It's been oh, I hope it's not the money that ended up in my toilet. It's been stolen. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Get off your lazy butt and start looking. Keep your voice down. Ain't no need to start with the screaming and hollering. You're just gonna get the other guests all in a panic. Like I care. Besides, it's too late to worry about that. Look, that guy has already heard, and he hardly seems panicked. Something happened? Yes, it has. Ain't nothing. You're just having a bit of a jaw is all. Mr. Angel, let me get back to you in a bit. I'll come up to your room soon as I can. Don't make me wait. His arms away from the front desk. What's that about? Alright, I also need to get, I think, change for the vending machine. Got a minute? I would like change, please. You need change. Fine, fine, but just as one to hear. Thanks. What's that all about? That kid's staying up in 213, right? Jeff Angel? Yep. What were you two chatting about? Ain't nothing. Nothing at all. Forget about it, will ya? Hold it. What happened? Something happened? Nope. Nothing. That's a lot of yelling for a bunch of nothing. He complaining about sharing his bed with roaches or something? Of course not. Not in my place. It's just another fire I have to put out, that's all. Now I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do about it. Pardon me, do you have a moment? Oh, god. Two deep voices, okay. Huh? Do you perchance have a copy of the newspaper? Huh? I wasn't expecting to like switch between these two. This is gonna be tough. Paper? Yes, I was rather hoping to read the morning fish wrap. Well, shoot, had one laying around here earlier. Here you go, take this. Compliments to the Dusk. Thank you, my good man. Just throw it on the table in front of the couch when you're all done, alright? Of course. God, how do voice actors do it? How do people who do voices when they read visual novels like this do it? It's tough. It's tough. Summer moves away. Why was Jeff so angry? So what's his problem? Well, tell you the truth, I don't want to get the other guests all up in the lather, see? So let's keep this between me and you, okay? It's pretty rough on the voice and to do it over all the time, a lot of the time. But yeah, it's tough. Sure. Sounds like something's been stolen. Guess Angel Boy went down to the restaurant for a bite to eat. When he got back to his room, he noticed something missing. It was stolen. So it got lifted. I ain't gotta tell you that. What if you're the one who stole it? You just go and hide it. I'd be good to do it on right with my Brooklyn accent. I can't do a Brooklyn accent. I don't know how to do one. Are you serious? You suspect me? You think I had something to do with this? No offense intended, right? But I ain't trusting nobody but me on this. You got that? Now I gotta handle this with kid gloves so it doesn't get all blown out of whack. Alright. Summer. Her deep voice. Sometimes I fear for our future generations. Summer, I think I'm trying to make more like a drawl. He speaks slower than Dunning. That's how I'm gonna differentiate them. Hey there, spare sec. Oh, hello there, Mr. Hyde. I must tell you about this article I was reading in the newspaper. Seems there was a burglary in Beverly Hills last night. Quite brazen, really. Victim was an attorney named Larry Damon. Mr. Damon happens to be a friend of mine, you see. I do hope he's doing well. Damon versus Angel? Yes, well, I apologize for the tangent. Did you perchance need something? You know Rosa, the maid, she asked me for a favor. You mind signing this book for her? Seems like she's a big fan of yours. Oh, but of course. Great. My apologies, but would you mind bringing it up to my room later? Why can't you do it now? Apologize for the trouble, but you don't have a pen? Hell, why not? I'm already in this thing up to my eyeballs anyway. Summer puts down the newspaper and leaves the lobby. There's a copy of some local rag on the table. Date on the paper's December 28th, that's today, what do you know? About to double fist some alcohol and dead water. Take a sip of alcohol, take a sip of water, you know how it goes. Trying to not get a hangover life. Article about a burglary on the left side of the front page. Home of prominent Beverly Hills attorney burglarized. Beverly Hills home of attorney Larry Damon was burglarized last night. Probably no relation to Damon Gant. It says that 20? Ooh. Okay, nope. Okay. I see. So, Jeff Angel steal 20,000 from... Jeff Angel stole 20,000 from Larry Damon, and somehow that 20,000 ended up in my toilet. So, you know. Pistol... 20,000 and a pistol were taken from a safe in the studies, which means Jeff is probably armed and dangerous. Perpetrators then fled the scene in Damon's car. Oh. Perpetrators. So he probably has a sideman, or you know, someone working with him. Police spokesman said that they're actively pursuing the case. We could probably, if it's the same car that Jeff used to get to the hotel, they could probably track the license plate. However, it is 1979 in this game, so... Article about an art exhibit below the burglary story. Evans Collection Exhibition. Oh, I think that's, there's like a painting over one, like, right above the door of the museum in this photo. I think that's actually the angel painting that was on the bookmark. Evans Collection Exhibition, January 10th to 28th. America's foremost modern art collection is coming to Central Gallery. Collection features works by many bright young painters. The event promises to be fun for the whole family, and a great way to ring in 1980. Also a personal ad on the front page. Missing person Alan Parker. I am looking for you. Meet me on your birthday in the hotel we first saw each other H. Helen Parker? Ooh. Maybe like her son or grandson? Oh. Oh, Rosa? You're just sort of there. Got a minute? What is it? Mr. Hyde, I have a ton of work to do. I can't chat now. I'm busy, busy, busy. Can I go past you? Rose is cleaning. Shouldn't she be cooking dinner? Stop, stop. I'm cleaning the hallway, Mr. Hyde. You have to wait. I just need to get through here. I said wait, now wait. I'll be done a little bit, okay? Fine. But I'm glad to see you anyway. Did you get Mr. Summers' autograph for me like I asked? I asked him, but I don't have it yet. You don't? Why not? Let's hold up, Lance sakes. It's not hard. Don't growl at me about it. Wanted it fast, should have done it yourself. Well, Summer just walked by just a few minutes ago. Walked through here, Mr. Summer, really? I was just talking to him by the front desk. Stop teasing me, Mr. Hyde. I've been here cleaning for you longer than that. Mr. Summer did not come anywhere near me, and for a fact. That doesn't make sense. He said he was going back to his room and it's on the second floor, right? So we had to come through here. I guess you didn't recognize him? Well, usually, but maybe he saw me cleaning and used the other set of stairs. Hey. Other stairs? What do you mean other stairs? I mean the stairs that aren't these stairs, the back stairs. He used the back stairs to get to his room. More stairs? Where are the back stairs? Just go out the door in the lobby and head down to the right hallway. Can't miss the stairs. They go up to, well, they go up to the second floor, of course. I bet Mr. Summer used them when he saw me cleaning and these in here. Mm-hmm. Got it. It's staff only though, so you can go ahead and use them, but you have to remember something. Door to the stairs is locked on the second floor side. Don't forget about my autograph, alright? Promise me now. Okay. Yes, these are the stairs Rosa was talking about. The door down the hall opens and someone comes out. Dunning? Oh, it's Dunning. He looks grumpy as ever. Evening, Mr. Evening, Mr. Hod. So, what's behind that door? It's not a guest room, is it? Huh? Was this 20 questions? It's just a utility closet since you have to know. Yeah. Yep, it's where we keep stuff for cleaning and so forth. I was just trying to find some things. Your bellboy loses more packages? Real comedian, ain't ya? Nah, not this time. To be honest with you, I'm in a bit of a pickle. Why's that? Well, some hotel equipment has gone missing. What's missing? What's missing? Some tools from a tool... Some tools from a toolbox I keep in the linen closet. Someone noticed they're gone. Put them all together and I bet they ain't worth 2 bits, but still. I'd like to find a thief and take it out of his hide. Maybe I'll get lucky and whoever took him will just put him back. Stranger things have happened. And some things have vanished from my office too. Don't matter if those get returned or not. I'll find a thief, he's out of here. That's so. But your ass, and on top of it, I still got more crap to deal with today. Now it's a nutcase, guess. Nutcase. Jeff? Must be talking about Jeff. Yep, that's the one. I'll need some puck shooting off his mouth about how something got stolen. What was stolen? What got stolen from Jeff? Cash. Money, huh? Couldn't be. Yep, now he's telling me I gotta search every guest's things. Tell you, I got a headache the size of Texas. Do me a favor and keep your eyes open, will ya? See anyone acting all suspicious, let me know. I want to nip this thing in the bud before it gets out of hand. Sure. Thanks, pal. Alright, I gotta get on it. Hold on a second. Huh? There's something you said when I checked in that's been bugging me. Said there was another guest a while back with the same name as me, right? I did. The same name as you. Oh, yep. That's right, I did. I remember now. Could you tell me a little more about the guy? Well, he was tall. He was just a lot nicer than you. Yeah, you told me that already. Got anything besides a fashion report? Nah, that's it. Great. What's going on, Mr. Hyde? Why are you so interested in this guy anyway? You might be my buddy. You might be my buddy. Well, truth is, I'm kinda looking for somebody. Kinda? Well, you're either looking either you're looking or you ain't, pal. So, who you trying to find? Guy I used to work with. That's so. Sorry, but I don't remember anything else. Hell, I'm lucky I remember my own name. Hear you. I'll see you later. Turns and stomps off to continue a search for Dutch justice. Can you put these away first? You know, not like down the hall or anything to see me. Okay. Players, time to go home. Thanks for your help. Yeah, I'm done. I guess if I like find a reason to use them, use like the screwdriver or any of these other tools, I can just come back and put them back. That take care of that. Put it back. Haven't used it for anything. You and I never saw each other, okay? I'm a good kid. Uh-huh. You needed an autograph, did you not? Please, please, come in, my philographist friend. Your room looks a lot the same as mine. I guess that's only fair. Can I get that autograph? Can I get your Hancock? Most certainly. Now, where should I pin my John Hancock? There you go. You like signing stuff? It's a Hancock. John Hancock. Do we not know who John Hancock is? The guy who signed like ridiculously large on the Declaration of Independence? Learn some history, guys. You get asked for autographs a lot? Oh yes, I'm afraid it's become a part of my daily life. There are so many fans who wish for me to sign this or that, you see? And the requests to have photographs taken together are numerous as well. Actually, is John Hancock known for anything else other than his stupidly large signature? Founding father, merchant statesman, prominent patriot, served as president of the Second Continental Congress, first and third governor of Massachusetts. He is remembered for his large and stylish signature on the U.S. Declaration of Independence, so much that the term John Hancock or Hancock has become a nickname in the United States for one signature. Signed the Articles of Confederation, used his influence to ensure that Massachusetts ratified the United States Constitution. British charged him with smuggling. Those charges were eventually dropped. He's often been described as a smuggler in historical accounts, but the accuracy of this characterization has been questioned. Okay. He just seems to be a guy. He just seems to be a guy who just had a very large signature. Compared to, like, any of the other founding fathers, I don't think he's very remembered other than his signature. And requests to have photographs taken together are numerous as well. To be frank, there are times when it all wears quite thin. Then again, when you're a famous writer such as myself, well, seems I can't go anywhere without drawing a crowd. That's why I was so excited for this chance to relax and unwind. I'd hoped to find some solace in this unknown hotel, but some things never change. Keep talking. That's all you seem to be good at. Sorry. An unknown hotel. Doesn't get any more unknown than this, huh? Agreed. Yes, at times when I find myself drained by the rigors of the craft, I will oftentimes set out in my own automobile and let the open road take me where it will. On these journeys, I make a habit of staying at cheap and unknown hotels. You just ended up here? So you just decided to stay here on a whim? That's correct. Really? Yes, really. Why is this overblown windbag lying to me? There's no way he could have a package delivered here if that were true. Right. Oh, I need to show you. I need to actually have you sign this though. Sign this, will you? Certainly. Let me just take it up the pen and... Well, I was certain my pen was just here. How odd. What's the problem? Fortunately, I seem to have misplaced my pen. Bother, I can't very well sign anything without a pen now, can I? I guess... Is there ink in here? This yours? Why, yes, it is. I picked it up earlier. Is that so? Oh. I don't think it is, though. Unless you're lying about your name, maybe Martin Summer is like an alias. I don't know if Summer and Helen have been in like the same room together before though. I don't know. You have my gratitude, sir. What was your pen? Is that your fountain pen? Yes, it was. Really? I said yes, and I meant it. Is there some sort of problem, Mr. Hyde? Well, where did you drop it? Where do you think I found your pen? I believe I dropped it in the lobby. Nice try, Shakespeare. It was in the restaurant. Is that so? I dropped it in the restaurant, did I? Had no idea whatsoever. Sure it's your pen? Yes, I'm certain. But the name inscribed on the pen isn't yours, yeah. This guy's just lying to me. This guy's just straight up lying. Why the fuck are you lying? Name on the pen is Alan. Oh well, you see, Alan is. Alan is my real name. Do tell. Yes, Martin Summer is my nom de plume. My pen name, if you will. However, my real name is Alan. Alan Parker. That's comforting. I'm still not convinced. Sign it? Of course. Signs the book. Takes his time about it too. Hold on, there you go. Is this acceptable? I must say, securing my autograph is not usually such a simple task. Normally there are lines to be waited in and such, but let us consider this a favor. Just shut up, dude. Mr. Hyde, if you will excuse me for a moment. Where are you going? I fear I need to use the facilities. I need to take a big old dump. Oh yeah, sure, knock yourself out. Is that a bottle of brandy? Bottle of hooch on the table? It is. This must be a test. It's that notebook again. Take one. I can't read that. That is impossible. See what all the fuss was about. Sun sets and the city shifts. Traffic reverses directions as people abandon their offices and shops and join the evening commute. They take the sounds of the day with them as they go, leaving me alone in a... Hold on. I've read this crap before. Right, the book I had Summer sign. Sorry to keep you waiting. What is it now? Huh? Oh, nothing. Why does he have a manuscript of a book that he's already published, though? Mr. Hyde, may I ask what it is you were looking at? Nothing? Nothing at all. I'll see you around. Okay. I'll leave room 211. Something about that notebook bugs me. That man makes no sense. I guess I give the book back to Rosa. Someone's coming up the stairs. Mr. Hyde. No, you're not Southern. Yeah. Can I talk to you for a minute? That Mr. Smith is so rude. I can't believe the nerve of that old man. Something happened? He stopped me in the hallway and searched my things. He searched your things? Yes, he said, some things are missing and I gotta look at your belongings, ignorant hick. That's rude. Do I look like a thief to you, Mr. Hyde? Do I? I am furious. You don't say. I promise you this, I will never stay in this hotel again. Turns and stomps off. I think I can see the steam coming from her ears. This ain't good. I can't get caught walking around with anything I don't want folks to see. I think everything I have should be fine, but let me save just in case. I don't have any contraband on me, sir. Oh, oh, they actually have like a sound of her cooking in here too. That's interesting. Got a minute? What is it, Mr. Hyde? Got Summer's autograph. What, you did? Are you serious? Don't fool Rosa. Ah, this is wonderful. Oh, let me give you the book first. Present. Here you go. Ah, thanks. Where is it? Is this really his signature? You didn't write this yourself, did you? Hmm? Forgery isn't my bag. I'm just teasing you. I know for a fact that this is really Mr. Summers' autograph. See, Mr. Summer has a particular way of signing his name. I read a magazine in an interview where they discussed his distinctive penmanship. It's probably gonna be like he's gonna be like a plagiarist or something. Because that journal that he had also had a very distinctive penmanship, and then we're gonna be like, oh, that Summer didn't write that. Seemed pretty thrilled. Getting Summer's signature really made you that happy? Of course it does. Gives me 50. And 50 is nothing to sneeze at, let me tell you. 50 what? Autograph, silly. I'm an autograph hound. I collect famous signatures. Mr. Summers is number 50. 50 of them. Got a thing for famous people's handwriting, huh? I don't know. I never really thought about like getting people to sign stuff for me. I guess like if I ever went to like a convention where like any of the Critical Role cast would go, I would probably get them to sign my player's handbook or something. But I can't think of like anyone who I would want to get their signature from. Honestly. Anyone else? Very limited. Yeah, I guess it really depends on like what you're a fan of. What you're a fan of and how big of a fan you are. Like, it'd be cool to show off to other people. But I don't know if it's like, I don't know. I wouldn't put it that way, but yes, I suppose so. Yes. I got my first one while waitressing at a diner little diner in Santa Monica. Funny enough, it was another novelist. I think it had been 16 years. For me, it'd be more about meeting them. Yeah. Yeah, I'm more of like in the moment person. I'd rather have like a photo as I guess souvenir. As a souvenir with a person than an autograph. Well, I've been picking them up here and there, and now I got 50. You can see why I'm so happy now, can't you? I guess. How's his signature special? So, what's special about Summer's autograph? It's how he writes the error in Summer. Look closely, and you can see how distinct it is. Summer. To Rosa. Okay. It's been like that for a long time. He said in an interview that he's been around that way since he was a child. Letters ER, huh? Sort of handwriting indicates someone who tells audacious lies. Indicates the person is a bit of a coward as well. You cook, clean, and do handwriting analysis. You're a marvel, Rosa. Look fun all you want, Mr. High, but there's truth to be found in penmanship. Like coward, huh? Sounds like a fair description of writers to me. Tell me something, will you? What? When was this book first published? Well, it won a Mystery of the Year award in 1969, nice. So, 10 years ago. You have any more books by this guy? Nope, the only one I have is a secret word. This may sound rude, but I think it's the only one worth owning, really. That's so. Yes, it is, Mr. Hyde. Summer published several books after their secret word, but none of them really took off, as they say. I'm not sure if he is what they call a one-hit wonder, but who knows? Sure, it's no easy task writing a bestseller after all. You must live fairly well off royalties, and that's something, right? Sure. Got one more thing to ask you. Is Martin Summer a pen name? Nah, sir, nuh-uh. That's his real name. I'm sure of it as I am of anything. That's pretty sure. So all that business about a pen name was a cartload of bull. Yeah. What's going on, Mr. Hyde? Nothing, Rosa. I'm just being nosy. Thanks. See you later. Sure. And thank you, Mr. Hyde. I leave the kitchen, Rosa still clutching the book to her chest. Summer's story has more holes than a slice of Swiss. Time to chat him up again. Great. Fun. Hurry you lying, hurry you cheating. Greetings, Mr. Hyde. Got a minute? Please don't tell me you don't need another autograph. No, I got some questions for you. Is that so? Very well, Mr. Hyde. Query away. I'm about to beat this man to death in his own hotel room. Thanks, Summer. This won't take too long. What is it? Look, I'm just an average Joe, a salesman who doesn't spend time reading, you know? I'm also a former detective. But talking with you, a guy who's written a bestseller got me to thinking. What's it like to write a book, to have strangers know you and all that jazz? So I was hoping you could fill me in on a couple of things. Like, how do you write a bestseller, stuff like that. How does one write a best-selling novel? Is that what you're asking me? Yeah, I mean, you wrote The Secret Word and everybody read it, right? So teach me. Teach me how to come up with a story that everyone loves. Ho ho ho, my dear man, the essence of a novel is not something so easily distilled. Come on, Summer, I ain't asking you how to turn lead into gold. Just want a few pointers so I can take a stab at this writing gig myself. Mr. Hyde, what you are thinking is very nearly impossible. Wait, hold on. But if you can do it... I guess I got the idea after seeing that notebook. Notebook? Yeah, the old notebook that got delivered to me by mistake. That was the manuscript for your novel, right? I mean, it looked like the same story to me, but what do I know? So anyway, that's how you got started writing a book, right? Yes, but... Mr. Hyde, you read my notebook, you read it. Yeah, I did. And you know what else? There's something odd about it. Yeah, writing in the notebook, not yours. Give it up. Different handwriting. Handwriting inside didn't look anything like your signature. Maybe you, I don't know, dictated your story to someone. This conversation is beyond the pale, sir. Beyond the pale indeed. You know what else? See, I can't get that pen out of my head. So? Name's not Alan. You told me that your real name is Alan. You're a liar. Your name's no more Alan than mine is. What do you say? Martin Summer's not your pen name, it's the one your mother gave you. Now see here, I won't. What's the problem? Simple question, I don't see why this is so hard for you. You don't understand, you can't understand. There are so many steps in producing a work of art, so many. Why are you so angry? Man, let me take a wild guess here, Shakespeare. I think I know why you're so bent over my looking at your notebook. It exposes you. Because there's a secret hidden inside. And there's something else that doesn't add up too. If it's your notebook, why did you send it to yourself? I didn't. I had someone send it here for me. You wrote the novel. The author of the author of the story in the Notebook. You really did it. Is it? It's me, of course. Could it be anyone else? Mr. Hyde, what do you base your assertion? How could you claim that I'm not the author of the Notebook? Do you have some proof to back your preposterous proclamation? If you do, then I must insist that you present it at once. Proof? Correct, sir. Alright. On proof, I think I can come up with something. Excuse me. Give me your autograph. I hardly think this is the time to close your head and sign. Make it your real name, got it? My real name. Sign here, use that fancy pen of yours. If you insist, I must say, Mr. Hyde, you're being most disagreeable. Hope this will satisfy your mad request. I'll do. Show me your old notebook. I beg your pardon. Your real name's gotta be written in the old notebook, right? I'm gonna compare the signatures. Mr. Hyde, that's... The ER, they honestly don't look very different to me, but you know. There's no way you wrote the story in this notebook. Look at the ER, that's not how you write them, not even close. That's... So, who's Alan? Who's Alan? That... This is just a name that you saw in the newspaper. Who mailed you the notebook? That... This whole thing reeks to high heaven. Fess up, man. What are you hiding? I'm asking you one more time, who wrote the frickin' novel? The author of the story in the notebook? It wasn't you. So who actually wrote it? Was it Alan? That... If Alan Parker is like related to Helen Parker as well, I feel like everyone in this hotel must be connected to each other in some way, shape, or form at this point. I think the only person I can't really think of who would have a connection, well, two people, would be Iris and Jeff then. What's the connection between you and Alan? That's... Fess up, man. What's the problem? Enough. Who are you? Who hired you? Was it a publishing company or that treacherous Dan fellow? What are you blabbling about? I don't work for any publisher and I don't know anyone named Dan. Don't lie to me, someone must have sent you. Do not think to treat me like a common fool. I'm not a stupid man. I'm just a guy who wants to know the truth. You truly think to extort more money from me? It will not stand, sir. It will not. Calm down, you're getting all worked up for nothing. Not a private eye, I'm not a hired thug. Just a salesman who happened to run into you at this hotel. Stream is good. I think we're about to bust this man for plagiarism. Which is great. Fuck plagiarists. Discovered what? My secret. Looks like it. The question is, which secret? The fact that your debut novel was written by somebody else? Or that someone found out and is blackmailing you? You got 2 secrets and now I know them both. That about cover it, or you got more skeletons rattling around in your closet? Mr. Hyde, I must ask you again, who are you? Like I said, pal, just a salesman. Salesman of justice, also a former public detective. Then why are you going to expose my secrets? 'Cause I want to know the truth. That's not my plan. There's nothing in it for me. I just want the truth. Blackmail's a dangerous game that I won't play. I just want the truth. Hand it over. The truth. The truth is something I fear, lest it be discovered and exposed to all. It haunts me and has kept me from even one restful night. Let me try that again. Haunts me and has kept me from even one restful night these past 10 years. Mr. Hyde, if I could take the secrets I've kept hidden away in my soul, if for one moment I could share them with another human being, might not be too late, might yet be able to make a fresh start. You fool. Please, Mr. Hyde, would you do the hero of here? Would you? Oh, I don't know why I'm I don't know why I'm struggling so much. It's probably the alcohol. Please, Mr. Hyde, would you do me the favor of hearing my sad, ponderous tale? When I was young, I wanted nothing more than to be a novelist. Upon graduating university, I found work writing for a small magazine. I reported local news by day and chased my dream every other waking moment. And yet, as years slipped by, I realized I was fading. I was incapable, I had no muse to guide me, no words would calm I prepared to let my dream wither and die. But it was at that moment, my darkest hour, that I met Alan. Guy who owns the pen. So what did you do to Alan? Because evidently Alan disappeared for some reason. And Helen, I guess, is looking for him? I can only presume. That's correct. Alan, he was my friend. Keep going. We frequented the same cafe and knew each other's faces well. One day we struck up a conversation and soon after became fast friends. Our lives were strikingly similar. We were the same age for one. So definitely like Helen's son then, or her grandson. In addition, we were both reporters, and we had both been raised by our fathers. Oh. Then Helen wasn't present for some reason in Alan's life then. The thing that surprised me most was discovering Alan's dream for the future. As you may have surmised, Alan too longed to be a novelist, and yet, although we shared many similarities, there was one aspect where we differed. Alan had not abandoned his dream. In fact, he was totally consumed by it. He pursued the craft with a fervor and desire I can only faintly recall. Moreover, he was a man of immense talent. As for myself, I never shared my own aspirations with Alan. For some reason, I simply did not wish to speak to him of that. So, Alan knew nothing of my impotent ambitions, and one day he gave to me a manuscript that was to be his entry in a writing contest. Son of a bitch. Humbled by his trust, I gave it my full attention, reading it all in a single night. It was amazing, a work of singular power and beauty. Alan had actually done it. He had created a snare of prose and Blech. This voice makes me struggle a lot. It's really deep for me. He had created a snare of prose and passion with which to capture his dream. He would be a novelist. I couldn't think. I was strained, empty, filled with jealousy and rage, and into this dark void an even blacker thought was born. If only the manuscript were mine. Fuck you, dude. For mine, my forsaken dream might yet come to fruition. So I acted. Opened Alan's desk and took the manuscript. It's like being part of a waking dream where the actions were not my own. I took it home, tapped it up, and submitted it under my own name. As you know, the book was named the winner, and I was a novelist, but surely Alan would have, noticed, you know. Alan, what happened to him? Alan had been betrayed by his only friend. He disappeared, vanishing one day without a trace. Yeah, you kinda suck, man. How I've searched for him all these past 10 years. And yet, I'm no closer to finding him than I was when I started. Mr. Hyde, I became a novelist by stealing Alan's work, but I do not possess his talent. Each book I write is poorer than the one before. And then, the unthinkable, my assistant Dan, found Alan's purloined notebook. So you paid Dan off and he sent you the notebook. Is that it? Yes, it is. So why did you choose this hotel to take care of your transaction? That, at least, is a question which I can answer quite easily. I'd heard of this hotel from Alan. He told me that Hotel Dusk was a special place to him. Since something very important happened to him here. Something important, huh? Louis told us a story where, like, a child disappeared from the hotel, but that was a girl, so I doubt that would be him. Yes. Alan mentioned it to me but once. Whatever it was, I could see how he treasured and safeguarded it. I treasure this rat hole too. Mr. Hyde, Anna, I'm done with you. I'll see you around. I got what I wanted from you. I'm just glad I don't have to voice you anymore. Summer stole his pal's story. Wonder what his buddy Zellen's up to now. What was the memory he told me about? What in the hell happened here? How many secrets does this place have? I'm gonna get on my nerves. Come on, Hyde. Think. Alright, hold on. I gotta get this all straight in my head. End of chapter... summary? Yeah. Piqued my interest by yapping about a painter named Osterzone. Gave Rachel a buzz and asked her to dig up info on the guy. Waiting, I figured I'd check out the room on the other Kyle Hyde stayed in. With pal Louis' help, I got the key to 217 and let myself in. That's where I found the lighter, the one that I think belonged to Bradley. That wasn't the only clue I found in 217. I also found a photo. Found an old photograph in 217. I need to get like a better look at that. A man and a little girl in it, probably his daughter. Yeah, 217, headed back to my room for a break. Cash in the toilet tank. Left Dare and Why, so I put it on my detective face and left. Rosa cornered me and saddled me with one of Summer's books. Get his autograph. Asked me to get Summer to sign her book. Professional autograph hound Cripes. Dragged Summer back to his room to get the autograph. Summer noticed he lost something. Dropped was A fountain pen? Lost a pen. Same pen Louis found and gave to me. Gave the pen to Summer, and he signed Rose's book. Onto him, getting more suspicious by the second. Since something got me interested in Summer again, she talked about Summer's real name. That he wrote under a pen name, but Rose told me Martin Summer is his given name, and he's on Rosa. Don't underestimate the housewives' gossip stream. Guy cracked like Humpty Dumpty and spilled his guts about his debut novel. Big secret was he's a plagiarist. That's right, Summer stole the story from some guy named Alan. Same Alan whose name was inscribed on the pen Louis found. 217 confirms my hunt. Bradley was here 6 months ago. Got some other things to take care of before I can follow up on these leads. Guess here eat, sleep, and hoard secrets like squirrels hoard nuts. I'm willing to let them take their private affairs home and let it be, but that was before someone decided to stash a lot of cash in my John. Looks like I gotta be part of this circus sideshow. So be it. The instinct's kicking in, and somewhere a part of me grins. Still looking for anything that'll lead me to Bradley, but nothing's stopping me from taking out the trash along the way. Chapter 5. Gun. 8 to 9. I don't think, I'll probably get to the, what's it? Or next chapter then, okay. What am I supposed to do with all that loot? Huh? Oh, again. I've been calling Rachel a lot. Phone's ringing. Hi there, handsome. You doing okay? What is it, Rachel? Your usual cheery self, I see. Listen, I dug up some info on this Osterzone fellow. Let me have it. You're welcome. Okay, let's see. He was born in England in 1875, and he died in 1910 at the age of 35. Whole career is one big mystery. Complete unknown while he was alive. Then, about 40 years after he died, 10 or so of his works were discovered. People love his stuff, and he becomes the art world's new darling. From what I've read, artsy types appreciate his subtle and distinctive brushwork. A lot of collectors out here who will want his paintings in a big way. I wouldn't believe how many folks are paying for his stuff. It's crazy. Oh, and his most valuable painting is something called Angel Opening a Door. Angel opening a door, huh? But the thing's been stolen, so there you go. Someone stole it. That's right. It says here it was taken from the Travis Art Museum. Let's see. Yep, 3 years ago. Interesting. Apparently, it's the largest of all of Osterzone's paintings, and the most popular. Isn't this all just fascinating? Yep. So, Kyle, sweetie? Huh? Why a sudden interest in dead painters? Actually, I just wanted to know about angel paintings. Angel paintings? You mean paintings of angels, right? Yeah, whatever. Listen, I found some dirt on Bradley in the last few hours. It's been busy. Bradley, that's the man you're looking for, right? The one you won't tell me about? Bradley was my partner when I was on the force. Years ago, he went rogue and stabbed me in the back. So I shot him. He used his badge to steal a boatload of cash and a big angel painting. Then he vanished. Want to know what happened, why he did it. That's why I'm tracking him down. Oh. Let me guess. That's out again, isn't he? Yeah. Yeah, he's out. I'll have him give you a ring when he gets in. Do it. And Kyle, thanks for telling me about Bradley. Sure. Okay. 8 bells. Time to see Rosa. Why? What did Rosa do? Do I owe Rosa something? Did I? Oh, no. So I can talk to Mila. Door opens at the end of the hallway. Mr. Angel. Huh? What's wrong now? Alright, what's wrong now? Something happened? You look like roadkill. It's nothing. Really? Great. See you around. Hey. Wait a minute, will you? Can we find out what your deal is, man? What? Dunning said anything to you? Like what? Like what? Ah, never mind. You didn't hear anything anyway. I heard. Somebody boosted your stuff, right? That's what this is about. But you did hear, huh? Was taken. So, what got taken? I'm not telling you that. Hold it. Come on, tell me. Why not? It's serious. Could be a thief for all I know. But I'll get my things back. That idiot manager is searching right now. Room to room, which means he'll visit you too. Does that frighten you at all? It's fun for you, kid. You like playing cops and robbers. Huh? Look at you standing there with that idiot grin on your face. What a sap. What in the name of Sam's Hill is going on here? Someone's yelling behind me and I think I know who it is. Oh no, it's Dunning. I thought it was Rosa. Something happened. We're just talking. Great. Last thing I need in my life's more useless chit-chat. Stop wasting time and stop searching. You're so utterly useless. Why don't you look for my things? This kid sucks. If clamps his mouth shut and storms off. Well, crap. Plan on going through everyone's things? I look like Sherlock Holmes to you. If there's an investigation, I gotta call the police. Much as I hate to. I bet. But okay, I'll bite. What's the problem? What's wrong? Aw, ain't nothing but... Cat with the butt, what is it? It's that Angel kid. He's off kilter, you know? Rose me the wrong way. Sus. Sus as hell. Why does he seem off kilter? Sometimes when I call him, he don't react. Doesn't react? Like how? He ignores you. Is he going by a fake name? Ain't exactly sure, but I talk to him and it's like he don't hear me. Gotta say his name a few times before he pays attention. And he's all bent out of shape about his stuff being stolen, right? But you don't seem upset in the right way. More like it's an act. All this business about searching everyone's stuff, had enough of that. Think he's lying? I don't know. But I don't want to call no cops. I hate cops. What are you gonna do? I'm gonna think things over for an hour is what I'm gonna do. 1 hour exactly? You got a show to watch or something? I'm a punctual man. Anyway, I'm gonna give it an hour to hear a story again. Then I'll decide whether or not to call the police. There's just talking and Slotch off. Well, we gotta figure out how to deal with this money before then. Mr. Dunning's room. Oh. Mr. Hyde. Hello, what's good timing you have there? I was hoping you'd come along, and here you are. Something happened. It's Mila, she's not feeling very well, poor thing. She's running a fever. Oh, bad. She seems tired, but I think that's the worst of it. At least for now. I'm gonna run through the front desk and get some medicine. Do me a favor, go to my room and watch her until I get back, okay? Good. I'll be back in a jiffy. Sure. Yeah, okay, why not? Thank you, Mr. Hyde. I'll be back before you know it. Just you wait. Finishes talking and scuttles away. Wonder what Mila's doing. Probably just resting, she's sick. Yeah, definitely looks like she's on the couch. Rose's room is actually nicer than the guest rooms. That's... sleeping, huh? Hey. Let her rest. How are you feeling? Rose is gonna get you some medicine. Take it easy, okay? Meeting all these new people tired you out, didn't it? Thought so. So, hey, I got something I need to ask you. Can you tell me something about your bracelet? Was it a present? Who gave it to you? Have a notebook, give it to her, give it to her. Can't tell me, huh? Great, now what? Let her write. I hope she knows how to write. Wait a second. Mila, can you write? Here, write down the name of the person who gave you the bracelet. Write it here. Open my notebook and give it to Mila. She writes something in the notebook. Oh? Papa. Papa. You got the bracelet from your father. What's his name? Here, write it down. Car. Open my notebook and give it to Mila. Did you write something in the notebook? It's gonna be a lot of back and forth. Robert Evans. So, definitely not Bradley. I don't remember what Bradley's last, or... Actually, I think Bradley is his last name. Maybe, I don't know, I don't remember. I remember that his, both of his names sounded like they could be given names. Your father's name is Robert Evans. Alright. What's your father do? Where does he live? Write it down. What's wrong? Is he dead? You don't want to tell me? Huh? Oh, it's you. Thank you for coming, Mr. Odd. I'll take over now. You can go, okay? Good. We're in the middle of a conversation. Well, I'll have to wait. Feels tired. Finish up later, alright? No skedaddle. Fine, when is later, though? Now you, Mr. Odd. What you doing here? Let me tell you something, Mr. Odd. I see no reason for you to be wandering the halls like some kind of spook. You keep sneaking around and I'm gonna get suspicious. Why don't you go on back to your room and sit still for a bit? Turns and goes into the room. Yes. I think the game is telling me that not much is gonna happen here in this 8 o'clock time block. Okay, I'll sit still. Or not. Who is it? Oh god, wait, I've done like only deep voices so far. I had to remember how to do a high voice. Mr. Hyde? What is it, Squirt? Mr. Hyde, can you help me? With what? One of my wings came off. You have wings? No, my doll. I ripped one of the wings on my doll. Come on, kid, get your old man to fix it. He can't sew, he's a man. He's a surgeon, he sews up people all the time. Hey, I'm a man. Yeah, whatever, but Mr. Summer said to ask you. He said you could fix it. So, can you fix it, please? I have a mini sewing machine. They sent me one. Summer told you I could fix it? Uh-huh. He said your salesmen have gadgets and stuff like that. He said a bunch of other stuff too, but I didn't understand him. And then he kept talking and I got bored. He smells weird. I like this kid so... I love Melissa so much. I appreciate her moxie. But he said that you had something that could fix my doll. Oh, well, yeah. He would have seen the inside of the box when our packages got mixed up, so yeah, that makes sense. Summer, are you two big con artists? What's a con artist? I can't believe anyone would think I could sew. Alright, relax, hold your breath and count to 1,000,000 or something. You have to be important somehow. Basically, it looks like a big old stapler. Look, Squirt. Please, mister. Come here. Alright. Trying to trace these as best as I can, but it's surprisingly difficult. There you go. I did it. There you go. There, all done. Yay! Pretty good, huh? No, get lost. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you! Pat her on the head. She deserves it. Hey, mister? What? Are you and that one guy friends? What one guy, Louis? I don't know, he's the guy in the room 213. Ooh, Jeff? Him? No, he's a chump. Why did you think we were friends? Because I saw him coming out of your room. Oh, I was that guy, okay. I don't know why he wants to frame me for stealing the money, though. I thought you were talking or something. You saw him what? It was Angel. What's wrong, mister? Nothing, kid. Take your doll and go back to your room. Your old man's probably wondering where you are. Okay? Alyssa takes her doll and leaves. Gotta do something about this man. Jeff was in my room, was he? I think it's time he and I have a little chat and see where he goes from there. I don't know if he's in his room. Gets me nothing. Hey, hum. I wonder whose room he's breaking into now. Wait a second. When I saw him in front of the restaurant. He just come out of the left hallway door. It's up to no good on the other side. I know exactly what I'm supposed to look for though. Linen cart. Wonder if it's worth searching? Guess it is. Get that out of there. Something down here? Hello? Nothing? That seems weird. I feel like I should be able to do something with this. Oh! That's a gun. What do we have here? A pistol hidden in the laundry cart. Someone didn't like the room service. Who's there? It's Louie. Oh, Louie, it's you. Brother, you gotta stop sneaking around. What are you doing anyway? Not something good. Where's your head, Louie? I just found something interesting. Ah, that's laundry. Find Dunnings use tidy whities or something? It's a gun. What? Yeah, in the linen cart. In the cart, oh man, Trip. Playing with me, ain't ya? Yo, did you break into the bar or something? Cause you're talking like crazy, man. Really? You really found a piece? Come on, man. Let me see it. Here it is. Careful. Holy crap. What kind of crazy person hides something like that here? Rosa ain't been here today. You know I ain't doing laundry unless I have to. It was that one guy. I did laundry today, Jeff. Duh. Guess he used the laundry today? Yeah, man. Dude in 213, that Jeff Angel guy. He's wandering up and down the hall, so I gave him a holler. Asked if we had a laundry room, and I told him where it was. Angel, huh? Figures. Where a little prince think he is, man. This ain't the Ritz, you know? Something about him gives me the willies, but he's nothing but cry and moan. I don't like what's on the menu. The bed's too hard. God won't shut up. I'll tell him to take his pansy ass out of here and run home to mama. Now he's wailing about all his crap got stolen. Tell you, man, he's driving Dunn nuts. Old man splitting nails. That's the one from Jeff, Cash. Else, right? Listen to this. Guy like lost 20 G's. Can't believe that? Who has that kind of moolah in a hotel? Give it that much cash? Must have done something dirty, right? So he claims someone lifted 20 large from him, huh? Why is he trying to frame me, though? That's his story. His cash is in my room. Whoa. I found it wrapped in a plastic bag in my room's toilet. Okay, now I know you're playing with the old Louie. Go and do something like that. You tell me, I went downstairs after I found it, and Jeff was already yapping away. What do you think? Yep, I think timing was too close to be coincidence. Here's the kicker, I got an eyewitness. Melissa saw Jeff come out of my room. No way. What a dirt bag. What you gonna do, Hyde? I'm just thinking about calling in the cops on this, and LAPD is no joke. Gotta watch your step, brother. You're right. Last thing I need is to get caught up in Hollywood drama. Especially now that I've found a lead on Bradley. Hold it, you got a lead? Did you find something in room 217? A lighter. Oh, lighter. That's right, looks like just the one Bradley carried. So, the cats what stayed here 6 months ago under your name was... It's my hunch. Yeah, but that's true. What you do? Use your name, man. Why is he staying here in the first place? No clue, Louie. That's what I gotta find out. First, I have to clear up these distractions. I dig you, brother. Punk Jeff's planning something. Gotta make him talk. Gotta find out what he's trying to set you up. Sounds exactly. And trick him. Yeah, make him slip up and do something stupid. He's from the streets, he's some spoiled rich punk. And roll him easy. Alright, Louis, let's do it. How do we play it? Check this out, my man. Get Jeff to come out of his room, right? And while he's gone, go in and give the place a quick shakedown. At my last time, there's something in his room that'll nail him. I think you're right. So you want I should go ahead and set the trap. Got any dirty crop chips I can use? Beat 6 or sweet talk or that kind of crap? Just call him away. Keep it simple. Give him a call and he'll get him out the room. Call, that's it? Come on, man. I want to be like Kojak and bust down his door or something. Man, you're such a drag. Alright, I'll just go and tell him I found his due. Where? In the utility closet, yeah. I'll have him follow me down there. Then I'll mess with the lock and keep him busy for a few. Got it. Okay, let's go in 5. All you gotta do is go and wait into 17, right? Okay. Finishes just talking, rushes out the room. I think I might be able to actually finish this chapter soonish then. Do I need the key? Okay, I don't. It's my spot. Mr. Angel, I found your money. You know, the money that you, lost? Yeah. I mean, the money that was stolen. The stolen money, look. Just come here, it's me. Idiot Louis, no one's dumb enough to fall for— Oh, he fell for it. Guess I forgot how stupid crooks can be. Okay, hi, time to go to work. Just checking the hallway, just in case. Okay, his room is actually nicer than mine. Man. Where does he have stuff stored? There's a bag on the sofa. Keys. Look what's in his bag. That's why my key was missing from the office. Okay. Jeff got the master key to my room. Oh. Why my room? That must be Jeff's coat. Wonder if it would fit me. Nah. Too much of a twink. Something in the jacket pocket. Jeff Damon. Okay. So I guess son of the Larry Damon. Or something. Name on the card is Jeff Damon. Jeff Damon. Damon, I've heard that name before. Oh, right. In the lobby paper. Seems there was a burglary in Beverly— I was hoping I didn't have to voice this guy again. Seems there was a burglary in Beverly Hills last night. Quite brazen, really. Victim was an attorney named Larry Damon. Mr. Damon happened to be a friend of mine, you see. I do hope he is doing well. Would he know Jeff, then? What the hell? Is this the attorney in the article Jeff's father? Did I get everything? I guess I probably got everything I needed to. What's the deal? Jeff closes the door and comes into the room. What are you doing in here? This is my room. Why do you have the key to my room, buddy? Better get out of here now. Yeah, I thought it was the kitchen. Ain't Rosa around here somewhere? You're trying to be funny. You're laughing at me. Laugh this off. I'm calling the front desk and getting the police over here. Bad idea, pal. You're the last person who wants to see the cops. What's that supposed to mean? Oh, just a feeling I got. Wait, just one. Here we are in your room. Just a couple of guys having a harmless chat. Tell me something, Jeff. You got a thing for cops and robbers, right? A little casual B&E crime. That's breaking and entering if you're confused. I know what it is, alright? I'm not stupid. Of course it's a crime. Get out of my room. Oh yeah, I'm going to. Don't you worry about it. Tell me something, since you're so smart and all. Why'd you do it? To what? What did you do when you broke in my room, huh? Watch TV? Nap on the bed? You accusing me of something? Time to sing, little birdie. You hid cash in my john. You had a stack of cash inside a toilet tank, didn't you? Huh? Look, if I had a stack of cash, I'm sure I wouldn't hide it in somebody else's toilet, okay? Don't play dumb, huh? Do you have proof? I think you should drop it. Oh, I got proof. Got all the proof I need. Got an eyewitness. Got an eyewitness who saw you come out of my room. Yeah, nice comeback. Oh, and I also know about the piece you stashed in the cart. Knock it off, you can't just say things like that. Give it up, kid. I'm getting away with this. Why'd you do something so stupid anyway? Know about the cash. Here's a reason you hid that cash in my room. Wanted to see me take a fall. Look, I didn't hide any cash in your room. How would I ever get in there? If you're going to say things like that, you better have a proof. Proof? Guess I need something more to nail this punk. The key. Oh. Wanna tell me what you're doing with this? Hid the cash I found in my room, didn't you? I told you I don't know anything about it. You're really getting on my nerves. Real name is... Your real name is... Jeff Damon, right? What are you talking about? My name's Angel, Jeff Angel. I should probably get the cash. I'll be right back. I've shown Jeff a thing. Can't leave yet, okay. Found this piece in the laundry room. That's where you hid it, right? I don't know what you're talking about. Lying punk. Why are you so convinced that I hid it? Bet if you dusted it for print, you'd only find yours. Okay, now I can leave. Wait a minute. What's that windbag summer going on about? Let's tell you about this article I was reading in the newspaper. Seems there was a burglary in Beverly Hills last night. Quite brazen, really. Victim was an attorney named Larry Damon. Mr. Damon happens to be a friend of mine, you see. I do hope he's doing well. That's it, the newspaper. Let me grab it then. Let's see what's in the paper today. I already know what's in the paper. I read it earlier, come on. Fled the scene in Damon's car. Actively pursuing the case. That's it, huh? Cash from my John is from this robbery. If you suddenly had $20,000 in your pocket, what would you do with it? Legally or otherwise. Besides the obvious paid ups, yeah. Like, assuming, like, you know, after paying off all your debts and stuff, you could still have, like, some left over. Government's giving me 20k, but I still have 7k left on my student loans. I still want to talk to this guy. It's Cowhide. I'm not talking to you, go away. Open up, you asked for proof, I got proof. Build an actual recording studio room, that would honestly be great. Go all out in a dim sum restaurant, also very fair. Busted kid. Know what you did in Beverly Hills. What? Let me in. One way or another, coming in. Alright, come in. Could probably start your own company with that much money at least, though. I think I was looking at it before. You need like around like 3K in, just 3K in capital to start your own business, your own small business. I already showed him that stuff. Let me show him the newspaper. Hey, that article. The guy who got robbed in Beverly Hills is named Damon. Same name that's on the student ID. That's... guess what was taken from Damon's residence. Money large and a gun. And I got the cash. That's... what are you doing with this much scratch? Steal from mommy and daddy? Ugh. The guy's been like such an asshole, so I'm just glad that we're knocking him down a peg. Reason you hid that cash in my room. Had to hide it. Didn't have a better place to hide it, right? What are you talking about? I don't know anything about that. Mr. Hyde. What? You're nothing, you know that? I expected more from you. Nothing. You can't help me. Get out of my room. Now. Huh? Made my way back to room 215. What did I do to screw that up? Damn. Getting nowhere at the speed of light. I'll never find Bradley at this rate. Nothing. Oh? Did I get a bad end? Night alone in my room. I didn't have the courage to go out again. Shit, when was the last time I don't remember when was the last time I saved, actually. I think honestly, if I did actually have like 20,000, I'd pay for like all of my expenses first, and then I'd actually probably just use it to like commission like a lot of art or something, you know, support artists. So, reason you hid that cash in my room, you wanted trouble, wanted to cause a big stink. So you took the master key to my room and hid the money in the John. Those aren't the actions of your average Joe, pal. The only one who's gonna get hurt in this mess is you. So why'd you do it? Money large is just something to play with it for you? Take me for a sap that would just take for the fall. This is a game to you? Is that it? Stop playing the fool and grow up. Grow up? Like I haven't heard that before. Sound just like him, you know? It makes me so mad. Treating me like I'm stupid. I'm not a kid. Don't pretend to know one single thing about me. I know you hid the pistol in the laundry cart. You wanted it found. Because you wanted somebody to find it. Stole a gun from your own house. So what? Real name is Damon. Jeff Damon. Jeff Damon. Just on your student ID. Ugh. Why are you hiding your real name? It's my father's name. Don't need it. Okay, I can keep asking, who do I sound like? What do I sound like? Huh? Told you to grow up, right? Said I sounded like somebody. Yeah, like my papa. Papa. Tell me you call your old man Papa. That's right, what of it? Nothing, I guess. What kind of man is your papa? What kind of man is he? What's he do for a living? He's a lawyer. Lawyer, huh? Sounds like he's got his act together. Not even close. How about... You're wrong. Dead wrong. Papa's a total scumbag. I put the gun there. You want the police to come? They're gonna bust your ass. Why would you put your gun where if someone would find it? Figured they'd call the cops once it got found. That's all. I hate your old man's name so much. I don't want to have a jerk like him as my father. That's why. Man, that bad? Oh man, as bad as all that? Worse. He's an arrogant scumbag who thinks he's always right about everything. Doesn't trust anyone but himself. Not even his own family. Look, kid, I don't care if your name's Angel or Damon or McGillicuddy. Got it? I don't even care whose money that is. All I want to know is why you did it. I think I know. Why are we talking about this? Nobody understands me. You can help me. Give it a rest, will you? You're an open book, kid. Had you pegged from the moment I laid eyes on you. Such a liar. You think you know about me? Where do you want me to start? Never worked a day in your life, so you got no idea how to true value money. That's why you can steal 20 grand from your old man without blinking an eye. That's why you could take it and use it and lose it just to get a little attention. Never used a gun in your life. Sure, you imagine what it would be like. But you got no idea what it's like to pull the trigger. Take a life. You got no idea what it takes to bleed a man out and watch his lights go. That's why you toss a gun into a laundry cart like it means nothing. I don't know what set you off, but I know you wanted to put a scare into Papa. That's why he took his cash and his heater and ran like hell. Of course, you didn't know what to do with them after you stole them. After you showed your belly and ran, you had nowhere to go. So you found a girl on the road and the hotel brochure and you end up here. That's when you meet me. Just some down-on-his-luck salesman. Not too bright, not too dangerous. Plant the goods on me, then sit back and wait for Papa to love you again. I wasn't... Enough. I did not come to this hellhole just to hear you bleat like a damn sheep. You're going to tell me everything, and you're going to do it now. Do not make me ask twice. Alright. Do I say? I mean, you're right. You lived in the world, eh? I mean, I'm just a kid. Nothing, just a spoiled little rich kid. Yes, I know. Keep going. It's true. Everything you said is true. Can't stand my papa. Can't forgive him for who he is and what he does. Did all this just to get under his skin. Didn't plan it. I just opened the safe and grabbed the stuff and ran. I didn't know what he'd done until I saw the newspaper. He knew it was me who took the precious money and his damn gun. He knew it was me and he still called the cops. Duh. You know what my parents are doing right now? Mom's crying on the sofa. Papa, he's telling her how he's doing this for me. Teaching me a lesson. Wanna know what my papa's like, right? Let me tell you. He's a defense lawyer. Not just any lawyer. The best. A genius. Hire Papa and he'll convince the jury to black and white that black is white and night is day. That's why people spend a fortune getting him to defend them. And if you can pay, it doesn't matter what you've done. Thefts, okay, assault, sure, tax evasion, no problem. Murder, he's your man. Go to the bat for anyone, even organized crime. Hell, especially organized crime. Ooh, that's what's tying you into our entire thing. Okay. Organized crime. Yeah, right now he's working for a group of lowlifes called Nile or something, yep. What? Jeff's old man is working for Nile. Oh, kid. Yeah, that's who he is. That's my papa. Scum of the earth. Where'd you learn all this? Bring all these men by the house from time to time. Unsociable types, you know? Papa said they had business and they couldn't discuss it at the office. Happened to overhear some of their conversations, and that's how I found out that these guys were part of Nile, I mean. That's it, huh? I was getting filthy rich off of what these guys are paying him. So it's cool that I, boosted a small chunk of it, right? I mean, he didn't have to hide it in my toilet. 20,000 is a small chunk. I'm in the wrong business. So what's the plan? Since I learned Papa called the cops, I've been thinking. He wants me to come crawling home with my tail between my legs. Hey, why not, right? That's what I've always done. Changed. I'm not going to do that again. Gonna embarrass him. That's why I did all this, and try to get Dunny to call the police. Figured they'd get here, see through my story, and arrest me. Being arrested will cause all kinds of trouble for Papa. Press will come and ask why I did it, and I'll tell them. Tell him what a crook Papa is. I'll tell him all the dirty stuff he's been doing. What's so funny? You know something, kid? I've seen dumb before, but it's not often I meet stupid. What? Trying to punch your old man's ticket to the morgue. I don't... Knock this crap off. Toss the cash, the gun, and the student ID on the floor. This is yours. Take it and go home. Go see your father. Think this is a good plan? Think you're smart? What happens when you go to the press and talk about how your old man's mobbed up? Think Niall's just gonna sit back and do nothing? Go ahead, shoot your mouth off. You and the old man can push up daisies together. But shut up. You want your own Papa away from Niall? You want him to keep breathing? Here's what you do. Take your sorry ass home and never do anything like this again. How am I... What am I supposed to do then? Want the old man to change? You change first. Stop depending on him for everything. Try standing on your own 2 feet. Mr. Hyde. Do that and your old man will come around. You'll be showing him how to live. Get out of here. Looks like I've wrapped up Jeff and his burglary fiasco, but still can't believe Jeff's old man has ties to Niall. Everyone here is connected. Coincidences are piling up faster than I can count. How many times have I heard the name Niall since I've been here? Better take a breather and clear my head. I have all this sorted out before I go on. Went back to my room. Rachel called and told me about the painting, Angel opening a door. Stolen from a New York art museum 3 years ago. Talked, and then I went to meet Rosa and ended up running into Jeff. Jeff asked me if Dunning said anything. That's right. That's what the punk said. Grinning from ear to ear like he was glad he got robbed. Heard from Rosa that Mila was running a fever. Went to check up on her and used my notebook to chat with her. Learned that her father's name is Robert Evans. That's right, her name is Robert Evans. Gift from him. Did my best Bessie Ross imitation, sewed up Melissa's ragdoll. Seen Def coming out of my room. Went back and gave the laundry room a quick search. What I found there was unexpected. It was a gun. What do you have there? A gun! No! Found it under a mountain of sheets in a laundry cart. Nice piece, too. Complimented him on his piece. Told him about the pistol and the cash. Figured Jeff was involved somehow and decided to roll him up. Kept Jeff busy. I took a little stroll through his room. Down Jeff's jacket and found his ID. Right. An ID in the breast pocket of his coat. Realized that Jeff was using a fake name. to get her proof that Jeff was lying through his teeth. Stuck his feet to the coals and asked why he was trying to stir up trouble. Told me about his idiotic plan and then how he's ticked off at the old man. His father's name is Larry Damon and he makes a living as a lawyer. That's right, his father's a lawyer. Knocked me for a loop when I heard he was a hired mouthpiece for Niall. Pitiful sort of way, another father and son story gone wrong. Did convince me of one thing though, people do stupid things. Yeah, no shit. Ask them you got a reason. Tell me, Bradley, why did you do it? For the price? For what price did you sell our trust? Your soul? That's all I want to know. That's why I'm chasing ghosts and lies. Sun sets and Hotel Dusk retreats into darkness. And the shadows that creep across the floor are moving towards an answer.